everyone. So I'm gonna do something a little different today. We're gonna do a little chat video. I haven't done a chat video in probably years, to be honest. I'm gonna go off topic a lot. I already know this. I'm bad at chats. So, anyways, my name is Brittany. I'm an adult doll collector. I've been collecting for almost 11 years. It'll be 11 years come this February. I've known about dolls for about 11 years. I found dolls about 11 years ago around this time, stumbled upon them on YouTube, and then just, went down the rabbit hole of babies. And I feel like I've always been a kid at heart. So this is where I've ended up. Anyways, so I want to chat today a little bit about the short that I posted not too long ago, about me not having children of my own. I kind of wanted to dive a little bit deeper into that and just talk to you guys a little bit more. Change Jensen into a cute new pair of pajamas because we are home. We just got back from grandmother's house, from his grandma's house, my mom's house. We just got back, so I was like, let me change him into some PJs so that way he's all fresh and ready for bed tonight. So yeah. So basically, in that video, I just said how I am, 31 years old and I've decided not to have children. And I knew in my early 20s that I didn't want children. Um, I, in my early 20s, I became an older sister of six, no, five. 5 years ago, I became the oldest of seven children. So 5 years ago, I became the oldest of seven children, but over 10 years ago, I was the oldest of six. So being the oldest has, a lot of, I'm usually the one that, everybody comes to. I'm the one that had to watch all the children. I'm also the oldest grandchild. So I've always had to watch all the babies. And don't get me wrong, I love babies. This is why I'm really into reborns, because I love babies. And I love, changing them. I think that's more one of the reasons why I love this hobby so much, is because I love the like being able to like dress them and stuff. But I'm the oldest, and I felt like with my last sibling that my mom had, I was 20 years old when she had him. So I was in the room when she delivered him. I was also in the room when she delivered my brother before him, but I was only 12 at that time. So back at that point, I really didn't understand what was going on. Um, but I feel like I've already had that mothering aspect, and I just don't want children of my own. I don't know like how to explain that further. I love children. My job, actually, I work with children Monday through Friday. And I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change working with children. It's always been a passion of mine to work with children. But I just know with the job that I have, I wouldn't be able to come home and take care of a child of my own. I also just want to be the fun aunt that just goes and takes her nieces and nephews out, and spoils them and then sugars them up, sends them home. That's what I always say. I want to sugar them up and send them home. And my mom has always been behind me with this. She has always been, she's like, you know what, you do what you want. I understand. That's totally up to you, like that's all on you. She's what do I say? How do I say? Like, she's just always been there, and she's always said, she's okay with me not having children. What is the word I'm looking for? So this is why I can't do chat videos, because I can't think of words when I'm trying to do chat videos. Give me a second. Let me drink something. Okay. So, yeah. So my mom's always been, she's okay with it. A lot of I always get the you'll change your mind, this and that, but I how do I say this? Those people just don't get it, because they're always like, oh, you'll change your mind, you're still young. And I'm just like, you don't get it. I have already made up my mind. I made up my mind very clearly. There's no going back on, there's no going back on it. I've come and I've also found a partner who is, doesn't want children. Because his thing is he wants to travel and stuff. And yes, I know you can travel with children. It's not that hard, it's just a couple extra steps, but it's so much easier sometimes to just travel with just adults, because children need so much extra stuff. Heck, even traveling with the dolls, I take so much because I need so much. Like, we'll be going to Tennessee in a couple weeks, and Jensen's going with us. He will have his own little suitcase with all his own little things packed, um because that's just who I am, and that's how I do everything. I will be packing him his own little suitcase. He will have his own suitcase and everything. But personally, for me, I feel like learning at a young age that I didn't want kids was a good thing for me, because then I knew I needed to be careful. I feel like a lot of women get pressured into having children, and then they regret becoming a mother. I'm not saying all women, not all women. There's a lot of them that, like, really want children and can never have them. And those are the ones that I feel bad for, because the ones that have children and didn't want them and then end up doing something to their children, like unaliving them, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. I think YouTube will let me say that. Um, they do that, and it's because they didn't want children and they weren't prepared for them. But then you have the women who can't have children, who, it definitely sucks. And a lot of people always look at me like, you're gonna regret it one day because you're not gonna have children. You're gonna regret it. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna regret it. Like, I'm perfectly fine in my life. I have no regrets deciding this. I just have a few more years before, like, which I'm sure my little clock will continue to tick. But like I said, I'm 31. I'm almost at the point where it would be a geriatric, I think that's how you say it, pregnancy. So I definitely don't want to have a baby later in life, because I really don't want to be old. If I were to want to have children, I would have had them a long time ago. That way I would have been younger and been able to, play with them and, do everything with them. But, like, it's just not a good time. It's just, it's not, it's just not for me. It's not in my cards. And like I said, my mother is okay with it. She has always been behind me, and she's like, I understand why you don't want children. Because technically, like, a part of me did kind of grow up faster, because not my youngest brother. My youngest brother was born when I was 20, but the one before him, he was born when I was 12. And I started taking care of him when he was about 2 or 3 months old at night. My mom and dad worked cleaning doctor's offices at night. So my mom was taking him with her at first and setting him on the trash can, but then it was getting to be too much. So she decided, hey, like, she decided to let me babysit him, because she knew I could take care of him. So I would feed him at night, get in bed with him on my mom and dad's bed. He would sleep next to me. I would wake up whenever he woke up and feed him again if he needed to be fed. Um, I would transfer him to his crib at one point, and then I'd just sleep in my mom and dad's room, um, until they got home. And they usually would get home at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I'd go to my room, go to sleep, wake up, and go to middle school. So I feel like a part of me grew up really fast, which is probably another reason why I don't want to have children, because I just feel like I was like a mother at one point already, and I don't want that. I just want to have fun and not have to worry about anything. Um some people would say that's selfish, but I feel like it's not selfish. It would be selfish to have a baby and then push them to the side and do what I wanted to do. So my decision to not have children is my decision. I don't know. There's so much more I could talk about and so much more I could say. I just don't know exactly how to put it into words. I probably should have wrote this out, but I'm literally just doing a random chat video. Because I just don't know what else to do. And I'm like, I know you guys love the role play videos and I love the outing videos and stuff like that, but I also want to get into doing some chats. So that's why I was like, this one will probably be the good first chat, talking about how I don't want to have children, because I literally I just did this video. One of my next videos, I don't know, my other chat, I have some other chats I want to do and talk about. But yeah, basically, I feel like my personal opinion is just, oh, I don't know, it's not really a personal opinion. It's just how I feel. I just don't feel like I could be a mother. Um, I know I would be a good mother. I'm really good with children. Like I said, my job is with children, but I don't think I could do my job and also come home and take care of a child. So I'm a teacher basically. So I know that there are teachers out there who have children and go home and take care of them, but I don't think I could. And like I said, I'm also just the oldest of seven, and I've had that experience already with babies and stuff. So I feel like I don't need it. And I have so many baby cousins. My youngest baby cousin just turned a year old last month. Like, I don't need any more babies. Like, and my dolls help with the baby fever sometimes. And like I said, I found a partner who also doesn't want babies, because that's always a big thing. That was always a big thing, is finding a partner who also didn't want babies. Because if I did find someone who wanted babies and I didn't, it just wouldn't be there's no way I could compromise and have a baby, because at that point then you regret things. So I'm glad I found someone who doesn't want children as well. Um, but yeah, so I have no idea if I'm going to post this now, because I feel like I just rambled for however long I've been doing this. I'm sorry if this video is not something you like. I will be doing some more chat videos. I will be doing roleplay videos, and there will be some travel vlogs coming as well. When we go up to Tennessee, I am going to be traveling. I'm going to be doing a travel vlog because like I said, I am bringing Jensen. We're going to do a packing video, packing his suitcase, and stuff like that. And then we're just going to do a travel vlog and show you guys all of our travels. And then we'll do some cute little outings when we're up in Tennessee. Gonna try to find some thrift stores to hit up. Maybe find some cute little vintage baby things, which would be really nice if we're able to. We'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every one of you who watches. And we will see you for our next video. Bye.